Louise Fay for VIP Boxing, and today I am joined with my new boss, but more importantly, the new director of VIP Boxing Promotions, Josh Warrington.
Hey, it sounds good, doesn't it? It's not bad on the CV.
It does. Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Talk to me about it. How did this come about, Josh?
So very excited to be director. I feel it's a big honour. What Steve's presented me with the opportunity. Obviously, those who don't know me and Steve have worked together for a long time. I've been professional fighter 15 years this year, and he's been manager, every single time throughout. And there's not too much loyalty in boxing, and I'd like to feel like I've shown Steve a lot of loyalty. Even when we've gone from like the small shows to the arenas and the stadiums, and he's kind of, shown me that back and like giving me this opportunity. And boxing's in my blood. I do realise that the fighting career does come to an end eventually, and now I'm getting to that latter stage of my career. Got to start focusing on what to do after. Now, whether that become a trainer, a manager, a promoter, I was a little bit unsure, but like I say, I've been presented an opportunity here, and it'd be a pleasure to work alongside Steve and Suresh.
Well, we are incredibly excited to have you on board, Josh. And you just mentioned there a little bit about that relationship that you have with Steve Wood. Steve Woods are very rare in the world of professional boxing, aren't they? And loyalty, like you just said, goes a long, long way.
Yeah.
15 years ago, if you'd have thought you'd have been a world champion, handing over and helping to build the legacy of arguably the best boxing promotions in the Northwest or the north of England.
Yeah.
If I'd have said that to you 15 years ago, would you have believed that?
I'd have been going. He's talking this fella here.
This is crazy girl.
He's talking this fella here. No, I wouldn't have believed it whatsoever. I mean, back then, I was 18 years old. I was studying to become graduated in dental technology, and that was my day job as well, making teeth as well as trying to be a professional fighter. But obviously throughout the years, Steve and myself have grown together. We've been in some interesting meetings throughout the years, shall we say? With some of the world's best promoters, and we've seen a lot of contracts, and I think there's a lot of knowledge that myself as a fighter could pass on to the next generation. I've gone from like having a car full of supporters to having 20,000 stadiums twice. I've done my hometown arena 12 times. I've done Manchester Arena, so I know a thing or two about promoting yourself and selling tickets as well. And this is a beautiful sport. It's an art, it's a science, but it's also a business. And there's lots of things where me speaking as a fighter can be on a level with all fighters, and that's what I'd like to do for the future. But to say that I'd be able to do that 15 years ago, no, I wouldn't have believed it whatsoever. But I am, like I say, honoured that I'm able to pass on the knowledge.
And you just said you wouldn't have known whether it be trainer, manager, promoter. And I've seen you come to many of our VIP shows. You like to get your hand in to see who we've been turning over as pro and the journeys that are being started. But likewise, I've been in here today. As soon as you came through the door, there was sparring already going on. Yeah. Where did Josh find himself? In the corner, giving instructions, giving feedback. So there's a trainer aspect of you as well. Yeah. So are you going to find it hard to kind of pinpoint and pick and choose as that competitive career comes to a close?
I think so. I think my manners like walked straight out the door as soon as I came in, because normally I'd come in and I'd greet everybody, say hello, especially when we've got visitors and guests. But the instinct of a trainer came straight in, and I wanted to pass some advice on to Will Harrison, who was sparring. I do have my trainer's licence, I do have my seconds licence. But yeah.
And we've seen you in the corner in some big fights.
Yeah, I know, but that's another thing, Louise. I get emotionally invested. I get really emotionally invested. It's like the next best thing, isn't it? Being a trainer. When you can't do that no more, you get the feelings through coaching a fighter, training a fighter. I think if I did do that, then I'd probably have an handful of fighters. But yeah, that's something to look at when the gloves have definitely gone up. Whereas this, I can still be involved whilst I'm doing my own boxing.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a little bit about some of the fighters that we've got in this gym. We've seen some fantastic sparring just today from the amateurs and the professionals. Those reins are.
Yeah, most definitely. We have fighters like Maxie Hughes in here, Reece Mould. Reece is obviously a VIP fighter. The guys as like me, we're on the last stages of our career. We've been there and done the small walls. We're like on the big arena shows and stuff like that. Fighting worldwide, if you talk about in case of Maxie.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then obviously you've got likes of Will Harrison, you've got Levi Smith, who's a VIP fighter. You've got Ash Merriman, who comes here as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's exciting because they're looking up to us, but in a way we can take some energy from them.
Inspiration.
Yeah, of course.
The young guns.
You see a fire burning because they want a piece of what you've got, but also you want to rekindle some of the old fire, the old smoke. And listen, I'm not saying I'm not motivated whatsoever, because I'm always motivated, but you see some of that motivation, that fire, that integrity, that much wanting to learn. You're like, I'll take a little bit of that. So it's a balance thing, but we work both ways, and it's a good energy in this gym. It's a very good energy, and people say, you can't learn, or you're far too experienced. Now you can learn off anybody. You can learn off anybody. So it's good to have a good tutti frutti of fighters in this gym.
So we've got an experienced manager and promoter in Steve, and you're the young gun coming through then. So what do you think you could teach Steve, and what do you think Steve will teach you?
I think there's a lot of, Steve's got obviously a lot of knowledge in the contracts and stuff like that, and the fancy words. But I think on my own side, maybe a little bit of maybe a little bit more sass to the shows. It Steve's a little bit old school, and things have changed over the years. Shows are not just, long other shows where it's just blokes who come and scream and shout. You have women, children coming to the shows now. Boxers have now become household names.
It's much more inclusive, isn't it?
Of course, yeah. So it's now making sure that you channel out to all these different areas. Things are not just on TV and radio now. They're done on social media. We all live on our phones, don't we? Some people don't even have satellite television no more. They have YouTubes instead. I go home and switch YouTube on, and that's where some things are sold. So I think there's the modern look in it, and also I've seen Steve being very, very nice, but I think there's time to be a bit more ruthlessness, bring more fire to it, and guide fighters on not being scared on taking an opportunity, not being scared of taking an opportunity, don't be scared of taking an L. Because I went 30 fights without taking an L, and I got all the way to the very top of the pinnacle. But with that being said, if you take an L, it's not the end of the world. And I think there's been a big massive stigma for years about fighters taking an L. And they want to take a fight. As fans, I'm a boxing fan, Louise. As a boxing fan, you want to see some of these exciting fights.
The jeopardy.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes they don't get made. Yeah. And who misses out? The fans. The fans, and a chance for a fighter to become a superstar even quicker. So let's give the thing of take this fight, take this fight, live in the gym, stay ready, and take the fight if it comes. And if you don't go your way, well, we're not going to forget about you. We're going to bring you back. And it's what the fans want to see. They want to see exciting fights.
You've just hit the nail on the head to something that we spoke about off camera, Josh. About VIP boxing isn't about putting on shows. It's about putting fighters first.
Yeah.
All the time, from the day you sign and beyond the time in the ring.
Yeah.
And that L, if you do come to have an L, like you just said, it doesn't matter, and you've got an incredible outfit around you to support you and build you back up and send you off on your way again. Josh, I'm so excited for the future, having you guys on board. So yeah, let's see what happens in the future, but thank you so much for spending some time with me today.
No problem, thank you. For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.